Hey guys, let's unbox and take a look at the Festive Gingerbread House by Lego. This is set number 40809, contains 498 pieces, retails for $39.99, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, this looks like we get ourselves a Santa Claus minifigure and the Gingerbread House. And this one looks pretty long, but they have an alternative version here. It looks like it's folded up. And yeah. Here's the top of the box. Yeah. This is what it looks like inside. Looks like we got ourselves a fully playable model here that hinges open. That's not too bad. Looks pretty interesting. And if this is sealed up on the top, this might be a city drop-in ready set where you can just set it right in the city and you're done if you have a city. Not too bad at all. Let's crack this thing open and see what kind of parts we have inside here. Now these type of sets are always a treat because, well, it's holiday related. And boy, this is really packed tight. I mean, look at that. Well, I'm going to ding that down to a 9. You know, if it's got stickers in it, that should not have been thrown in like that, Lego. That's already a bad start and we hadn't even started building yet. Yeah, I'm grading on packing now because that is part of the build experience. The manual came in without a ding in, which is not too bad. Now, so we obviously get ourselves a set of stickers, and yeah, they're already peeling off. Very bad. Let's see how many bags we have in here. Well, that's the most important one. I'm not sure how I'm going to break this one apart. I may do this one in 2 build installments, because there is 6 bags, but I'm not sure I'm going to break them apart yet, but not too bad. And we got the 2 building guides. It looks pretty interesting, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, I got to figure out what to do about that. Set these over here except for bag 1. Let's see how we can break this set down here. I'm looking to see how many build installments it would take me to do this. Looks like bag 1 does that. Or I may just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, because bag 4 does that. But I was hoping this one would be modular, but it's not. Now, let's see here. Where does bag 5 go? And this is what we call build preview. I'm just checking to see how I can break it down. Not only for entertainment purposes, but so when I edit the video, I don't want a piece that's like 20 minutes. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I think that might be how I'm going to do it. I was thinking about 2 installments, but I think I'm going to go for 3 on this one. Sitting and doing this all in one sitting might be a little too much. I think build 1 or installment 1 will be just the first floor section, 1 part. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I think that's where we're going to start with there. That's unacceptable. That's not a bad thing of stickers, but it shouldn't come in like that. And yeah, that's not acceptable, Lego. Okay, let's begin with bag 1. Let's build it. Who's ready for Christmas time? I'm already ready. We're at the end of September. It's the 26th of September 2025. And it's in the 80s right now, but the humidity's up real high and it's hot and miserable and all sorts of stuff. And in addition to hiding from that, I'm hiding from drama, so at least it's my day off today, so I can at least enjoy Lego in peace. Okay, I took a break off of building sets. I'm kind of just getting tired of working on somebody else's creations, so but you know, so be it. I just have to get them done. We need the sack. I'm looking for the beard. Everything but the beard is all in the main bag. Oh yeah, these are just videos on my notes on building this set. They're not to be considered as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes, so don't construe them as such. I have to read that off now. There's Santa Claus. Oh, Santa Claus is ready to deliver all those gifts to the kids for being really good. Hopefully they were good this year. There we go. Not too bad at all. I got enough memory card space. I'll be able to break this set down in a few installments. It'd be easy. I haven't came out with any new tutorials. I got some ideas. Just haven't really worked on anything. I have been kind of swamped with work-related stuff, and in addition to work, Lego reviews. So, I don't have a lot left. I got this and that big giant Christmas tree left to build. Let's bring this in a little bit more for you here. And yeah, here we go. Make sure I set up the viewfinder right so I can show you more. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these type of plates where you just piece the bottom together, but I'm hoping that this set here is where we can just pick it up and put it in our city. That's what I call city drop-in value. If you can just take a set and drop it right into a city, then you're fine. And I think the majority of this set is going to be small parts. Yeah, so I have been kind of piddling around the house, just getting stuff done, and I overflowed on these little things. I had to get a bigger bin. I got to make 4 of them. And I've been really kind of just getting things ready for the holidays. That barely sits in there. Let's set these in as we're going. And just kind of hanging out, trying to beat the heat. I got the side of my house cleaned up, so now I got to put everything back in there. Just got to get those chores done. I got to finish laying some brick that I need to finish up that I haven't done in a few years. So I thought, well, this is good time as any. Once the weather cools down a bit and the mosquitoes subside, I think we'll be fine. I want to catch that dreaded West Nile thing that's going around. Alright. And my COVID woes are almost over. Yep, so I've been just doing a little bit of everything. And I saw this set and I thought, you know what, I want to do the Christmas tree because it's a big one. But I thought, well, you know what, let's do this one here. Because I was going to do them both, but I thought, no, let's do this one here first. I just want to kind of get back in here. I still got to get some tutorials filmed. I got a couple of ideas that I know I can get done. That's one way to make some drawers right there. Hide them in that. Obviously, that must be the inside of the house. Okay. So I haven't been doing a whole lot. No big stories or anything like that. Just more rants than anything. But I noticed I've been watching these. I'm starting to get back into rant mode again, so I'm going to try to chill out on the rants. I know some of you like them, but basically I just want to kind of go away from all that. Well, these are pink. That's kind of cool. It's starting to look yummy, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, though, see, I like to build things and share them with you guys and gals. So this is always a treat. It's the editing I hate doing. I don't like editing videos. I try to do them as minimum as I can, but I want to show you everything. Except for this here. It's not too bad. I would have shoved a shaft in here to strengthen these up. I've only got to make one. Yeah, I've just been kind of just piddling around. I need to fix my security camera thing. The power supply in it got shot and it wouldn't turn on. And luckily I had a spare. I thought, well, let's try this out and see if it works, and put a new power supply in it, and it turned right on. And I thought, okay, well, that made it easy for me. I don't know why they didn't put the seam here, because we're putting a lot of bricks here that would have held that together. I was wondering about those little holes. I hope this is going to be one of those complete models that looks really good inside. So far I'm liking what we're doing here. I mean, look at that. A little bit of light coming through there, but not too bad for what that is. Not too bad at all. Okay. Yeah, these type of sets I always enjoy. They're always fun to put together. Except now it's officially fall, so now we can say, okay, we're getting ready for fall stuff. I'm still working on that trailer project. It's not the camper what I want to do, but it's a trailer, and I'm going to get that going as soon as I get the reviews all done. And yeah, not too bad. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. Okay. And yeah, we get to do stained glass in here. Isn't that cool? I like these block parts. But I gotta find the blue one here. Somebody had asked me if I could do room tours. And this room is overflowed. I'm kind of going into the other shop right now, putting my overflow inventory over there. So doing a room tour is kind of out of the question right now until I can get everything in one area. You know, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and just don't have time to really get into it. That's a nice cozy little spot there. This one looks fun. I mean, I saw it on the box and I was like, oh, I can't wait to build this one here. So, okay. And let's see, we got to put a bunch of plates on the top. Well, just that. These corner pieces, I'm really slurping those up. I think we're going to have a whoever's going to get this, because I mean this is pulling my attention in there, because I like building houses. So if you like building houses and stuff, this should work good for your Santa's Village set. Whoops, that's coming apart there. We got to fill that in somehow. Yeah, I'm just ready for the holidays right now. I'm not ready for the mess that's involved with it, but I don't want to hang up lights this year or anything like that, but everybody's kind of talking me into it. I'm like, oh, I really don't want to mess with the lights. Since after my dad passed away, I just not in the mood to do it much anymore. This must be a little bedroom, or that could be a little chase lounge. We don't know. Okay, it looks like we're building maybe a piece of furniture for this. Yeah, my throat is still a little scratchy today, but not too bad at all. Oh, this is a fireplace. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I always enjoy building stuff out of Lego. When I was a kid, it was fun. When I'm an adult, it's fun in case it's something I don't want to build. Okay, where's the other black piece at? There it is. It's like, where did that roll off to? Hey, I didn't accuse anybody today. Yeah, I think we're going to keep these as a few short installments. I think that would be fair instead of just trying to make these as long as we can. All right, let me set that down on something flat here because that is just refusing to go in. So far, that's what we've done. Yeah, I kind of sound out of it. I'm just relaxed and tired. You know, like I said, just trying to hide from drama right now. Whoops, it's supposed to be a round tile, not a plate. Oh, and this one doesn't come with the brick separator. Oh, Lego. What's with all these sets that are like near perfect and you purposely sabotage your scores? Really? I don't get it. And then the fireplace goes here. More like something you'd see like in England or something. Out here in the States, we have these big, massive fireplaces. But we have a lot of parts left, though. We have extra bricks and plates and stuff. Okay, let's see here. Looks like we have 2 orange plates. So where would that other one go? Like, we have this here. Let's backtrack and see what we've done. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I'll mess up. And yeah, I had to block another person for complaining about something. I was like, obviously you didn't watch the whole video. Sorry, but... Oh, you know what? I think that orange was supposed to go here. But you know one way to find out, before we do anything silly, let's look at the book here. Of course, the book doesn't show us, but I have a feeling, yeah, there it is right there. It is orange. So this is like a little gift or something. All right, well, now we know. Was it critical? No, but you know, I got to match the book. And despite of all the pieces, that's it. I have like 1 apiece now. Or just bag 1. So the majority of this is probably just leftovers like that. That's not too bad. We can use those for other creations. Okay, bag 2 doesn't look all that big. We've only been here for like almost 20 minutes, around that time. The camera says 20, but may have to keep going a little bit here, but I don't want to make this a very long build. I'd like to try to keep them about 30 minutes, so yeah, we'll see what we can do here. It'd be easy to put the sticker on the door first, which is sticker number 1. Well, let's pull that off there and stick that on there. Yeah, I'll be ripping that off when I'm done with this. When they're warped like this is hard to put on Lego. That's not called for. It'd have been better if that was printed, but I can always use brown doors. Oh, they got a donut for the door handle, too. If you're looking for donuts, there you go. It means there's probably another one in here because they only give you extras of those. Yeah, looks pretty yummy, doesn't it? I got the sticker caked on our door, and we can put this back over here. We mixed all that up. It's never cool. Alrighty. Okay. I need a hinge. Always match the hinge like they do with the book, because even I have made mistakes. I don't know what Lego's thing here was, because we got a crack here on top of a crack. I would have put that over here, but they didn't for some reason, so I don't know what the deal of that is. We all have different methods of building things. But honestly, though, I'm enjoying this one. This is a very fun, relaxing build. So if you're looking for something to do with the kids, I don't think this one is collaborative, unfortunately. I'm hoping it is. But so far, it looks like bags 1 and 2 are married. This would make a great family build if it is. If it's not, then so be it. You can't have them all. If you don't have a brick separator, just use this. You always see me doing that, kind of mash these down. And then this one goes here. Now, something like a set like this, I'm going to film this one here all in one sitting today. Get it all done. It's easy to put that piece in before we put the big ones in. Yeah, it's starting to look good, doesn't it? It looks yummy. We got to make 2 of these. Yeah, I've noticed more and more of the older folks are getting into this now. It's something to do other than just watching TV. Or, of course, you can watch TV while you're building. A lot of us do that. You know, when I do my tutorials, a lot of my ideas either happen when I'm watching a film or while I'm on a call. Like a Discord call. Oh yeah, I got to put the links for those now, since I've been getting a few more people interested. It's the best way to talk to me unless you're spamming me or something, but it's free. You don't have to be a member on anything to join. And speaking of memberships, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for becoming a member. That's always a big help for making more awesome builds. I swear we're going to get to it. It's just I got to get through these reviews. I want to thank my Patreon supporter, Rebrickable customers. That's always a nice treat. In addition, everybody who takes the time to watch the videos, comments, subscribe, puts up with my ranting and nonsense. Yeah. So eventually, I mean, now we call it Brick Tributors now. At least I remember the name of it. But those funds do not go towards buying sets. But you do not have to be a Brick Tributor to get on the Discord. You can talk to me. It's open for everybody. It's a community-based thing. And I wanted to keep everything like that open for you to join. There's some out there who do not even give you their Discord until you pay them money. Here, I don't, because it's a community. I think we have a badge or something on there for it. I don't know how I have it set up, but these make great lampshades. But we're using them for what they're intended to be used for, cupcakes. And that's it, with only a few pieces remaining here. Now I could keep going, or I can just stop. But this is a good place as any to stop on this one. So right now, the next 2 bags would be to assemble this other piece. And it doesn't look like it is a collaborative build. It looks like we're continuing where we left off. I think this is a good time as any just to stop here. Take a breather. Gives me a chance to cool down for a bit. Take a thumbnail. And yeah, let's get this all set up here. But so far, the set is keeping my interest. It's not too bad. And yeah, I mean, it's fun to put together. I just wish this would have came in better. And a brick separator, because this would have been an easy 10. But tell me what you think so far.